Good morning. Oh, good, fresh cup of coffee on a 12-degree day. I'm Paul Begley. Let's get right to the news. North Korea, South Korea, this thing is a tinderbox. This thing is explosive. Whew, thank God for the fog today. I'm going to tell you why. Let me read real quick. From Reuters, okay? From Seoul, South Korea, diplomatic troubleshooter, former governor of New Mexico, Bill Richardson, visiting Pyongyang, North Korea, to try and ease the tensions between the North and the South Koreans. He said that the situation has become a tinderbox. Oh, God. Explosive. But he urged that the North, he urged them to show restraint and to allow and the continuous military exercises that are being performed by South Korea to go forward. Richardson said in an interview with CNN that he had met with senior North Korean officials and urged them, let's cool things down. He said, I'm urging them with extreme restraint. I urge them, let's cool things down. No response as the stern-faced nuclear military advisor stared into the eyes of Bill Richardson. The piercing of those eyes. Can you see the cold, calculated communist? Can you feel the nastiness of the nuclear age? And though South Korea has every right to perform its military exercises within its own waters, North Korea doesn't see it that way, because Kim Jong-il has it in his mind, the pride, the testosterone, the desire to rise above his neighbor. Still 50-year hatred from the Korean War. Bill Richardson's there to save the day. Let me read. So, Richardson said he met Friday with North Korea's top nuclear negotiators and was scheduled to hold talks with the head of the military Saturday. Good. I think I made a little headway, he said when he spoke by telephone to CNN. He was not in North Korea as an official from the United States government. He went on his own. He went on his own. If you remember, during the 2008 elections, there was some controversy between him and Obama. Let's put it that way. Anyway, he says this, my sense from North Koreans is that they are trying to find a way to tamp this down. Maybe that will continue today, he said, as he speaks. There's enormous potential, though, for miscalculation, because today South Korea was scheduled to go forward with their military exercises not far from off the island that was fired upon by the North Koreans. North Korea said earlier in the day that it would strike. Listen to me closely. North Korea said earlier today it would strike at South Korea if a live fire drill took place in the disputed waters just off the border of North and South Korea, with an even stronger response to North Korea than last month's shelling of the island that killed 4 people. We will go nuclear. This thing is dangerous. We're living in, I think America, we're living in a false sense of security, because we've lived in a capitalistic democracy, a Christian environment, if you will. And we've never faced the horrors, the cold, calculated communists, that we've never felt the oppression and the murder of being under a communist regime. But Europe has. They went through Nazi Germany and Russia's communist red soldiers marching through Poland, killing thousands of the Poles. See, the people in Poland were squeezed in the middle, stuck between Nazi Germany and Red Russia. These people understand how horrible communism is. And right now in North Korea, there's millions of North Koreans who have no freedom of the press, no freedom of speech to speak out, no freedom of worship, no freedom of expression. They are just a number on the list. And if you're not in the military, you're nothing. Okay? The military gets all the income. The military gets all the weapons, gets all the nuclear abilities and capabilities, all the training, all the nice uniforms, all the clothes, all the housing, the best of food. The people suffer. The people suffer and can't speak about it. He has isolated themselves from the world at North Korea, has Kim Jong-il, and now his son, Kim Jong-un, a 4-star general, what a joke, is now the heir apparent to the throne, if you will, the communist throne. One thing I've learned about communism, you start with Marxism, you go to Lenin, and you wind up with a Stalin. The third generations of a communist dictatorships become the nastiest of all. We are closing in on that third generation. Kim Jong-il's father, who ruled originally and helped set up this North Korean, trying to put the entire Korean peninsula under communist rule. Kim Jong-il, who's been this shadowy figure with his pop belly and his little teeny stature as he stands and has to stand up on a box and look out across and beats his chest and threats everybody. And now his son, Kim Jong-un, has his fingers on the green buttons. We got problems, and we need to pray. We need to pray for the 28,500 U.S. soldiers that are sitting just across the border in South Korea. We need to pray for the entire city of Seoul, South Korea, which obviously will be an attack. It will be a target for an attack. We need to pray for the leaders of South Korea, that they make very intelligent decisions, and that they don't let pride get in the way, and that they, but at the same time, continue to strengthen their military positions so they have leverage at the negotiating table. We need to pray for Bill Richardson as he's there as an American citizen trying his best to find common ground between two arch enemies that are still at war since 1953. And you might say, well, it's none of our business. Yes, it is. If you could just count the nuclear warheads between South Korea, North Korea, China, Russia, you've got to understand, and America, who can float in with the USS George Washington and other battleships with nuclear capabilities even on their submarines. You've got to understand, this is what I'm saying. America, you've been coddled. You've been rocked to sleep with the sense of false security. And now, this morning, wake up. Wake up. Look around. Record foreclosures. Look around. High record national debt. Look around. Unemployment over 18%. Look around. A dying democracy right now. Corruption to the hilt. Look around. America has been 9 years of weary warriors fighting radical jihadists. Look around. We're tired. That's the very moment that communists will strike. We need Jesus. Am I wrong? Somebody watching me right now, tell me, am I wrong? Do you think that communist China has sat back all these years and twiddled their thumbs with no plan? Do you actually think that they could care less about America? They own us. They own us. They own us in every sense of the word. We've been like frogs boiled in the water. We don't even know we're cooked. We become like the foam on the ocean, where you can see us for a minute and then we just vanish. The Bible says we're like a vapor on the water. It appears for a little while and it vanishes away. It says in the book of Job, man is like a flower. He springs up, he's cut down. He's like a shadow. He fleeth, but he continueth not. We're a little young, just barely, we're an infant society. What? We've only been a nation 230 years, something like that? I didn't do the math real quick, but we've only, look, we're barely on our feet. We've just started to walk. We've got to get past the place. There's ancient societies in this world who've already been through the blood and the guts, have had their highs and their lows. Folks, wake up. Wake up. We need Jesus. Because, and you might say, why do we need Jesus? Because the world is a tinderbox. I have to agree with Bill Richardson. The world is a tinderbox. It's on the verge of dog eat dog. It's on the verge of going at each other's throat for the last morsel of meal. It's on the verge of men seeking the ability to reign the world, the power. And mainly, it's evil. It's Satan. It's Lucifer wanting to steal the glory from Jesus Christ. I'm Paul Begley. It's a tinderbox. The world is a tinderbox.